All right. Hey y'all, I'm back with another reading. So today is Earth Day. Okay. So again, I'm an intuitive reader. So I pick up for all things, animals, plants, trees, whatever. So today is Earth Day. So I do really want to focus on our orcas. Today I really want to focus on what they want to tell us. Since today is Earth Day. So keep in mind, this is just spiritual messages. Okay, so I'm just here to provide the information that is being told to me that they want us to know. Okay, so as you already know, I'm sure a lot of you all have probably seen Blackfish. If not, go check that out, the documentary on Netflix. But it talks about captivity with orcas, aka killer whales, and things like that. So we have people who don't mind killing and taking our animals, our precious creatures that God has created for us on this earth, not for us, but their home as well. This is a planet, so we all are here on this together. And so captivity is a very huge thing in society right now. Okay, and it's always have been, but it continues to go underneath the surface as if it doesn't exist or if it's not happening. So big thing that we're really going to start discussing is just more so the effects of captivity on orcas, killer whales, um, especially. Now, I'm sure we all know that there's other animals out here, but this is the energy that I'm picking up on. Again, it's the killer whales. So now, keep in mind, I do feel like whales are the minority. Okay, of the sea. I do feel like that as well. They're very spiritual and they have a lot of connections. Okay, they have a lot of resources. They're like kind of like the kings of the ocean in a sense, from what we have discovered, from what we know, right? Because there's so many other creatures in the world, creatures in the oceans that we have not even discovered. And so therefore on this one we're going to talk about, like I said, my killer whales. Now, Telecom is a very popular whale. Okay, Telecom uh, was a very special whale. He not only contributed a lot to the entertainment business, he made a lot of money. He even beat a few trials. Okay, Telecom was a real one. All right, so I got to thinking about the history of orcas and whales, killer whales especially. I say and because they became killer whales when they began to kill. Okay, but why did they start killing? Okay, and they are known for killing whales because they get right with them. Okay, so main thing that I want to discuss is we're gonna kind of go. Y'all know how I do. I may jump from one subject to another, but you just got to keep up. You just have to get the messages as they flow. All right, so boom. Killer whales are going through poverty. They are being taken away from their homes, their habitats, as we know. And then not only are they being taken, but they're being caged, okay, in tanks that does not amount to their environment. So just like us, if you get taken from your home and you go get put in a cage, that's like considered jail. So that's exactly how it makes them feel. Okay, so for the entertainment of humans, they are not only being deprived of their food, their supplies, their health, all of that. Okay, all because they have to put on performances for entertainment purposes. So a lot of times, what people don't know that there are also inside the tanks, there are also hidden tanks underneath the surface, which I'm not sure if even people may know of. But when the whale tends to not perform like they should, or they cause like some backlash in the performances, they become aggressive, and mind you, they all have reasons of doing this, right? So we'll dig deep as to why they're doing that. But to the world, it just looks like, oh, the whale is, turning on the trainer. And that's not the case at all. A lot of times when their performances don't go right or doesn't go as planned, they are deprived from their food. So sometimes trainers not even necessarily run out of supply to feed them, but a way to punish them is through their food and through their sources. Okay. So sometimes they may shorten their supply weeks, days at a time. Sometimes they are being, you can't really abuse a whale, but you can abuse a whale when you're locking them in nets and you're tearing their skins apart. They're being hurt in those nets and when they capture them. Okay, those nets that they're carrying them into, or whatever those tools or whatever those things that they're using, I'll get that information. I don't know if you're a scientist, if you're someone that studies marine biology, put that in the comments for sure. Educate us as well. I'm just picking up from an intuitive level. So back to what I was saying. So a lot of them are going without food and supplies. So with the Five of Pentacles, when it comes out, that's worry and poverty. They are being defeated. Okay, they are being mentally deprived as well. Okay, they are being taken away from their families. A lot of them are dying. There's a lot of orcas there. So what you're going to see, you may see it on the news. You may see it on blogs. You may even see it through journalist articles. But a lot of killer whales are going to come up dead. A lot of them. And the reason why is because a lot of them are going missing. They're being used for their parts. They're being used for their body cells as well. I'm not sure if they're trying to clone them, because I was picking up heavy emphasis that they are becoming instinct. So they're trying to keep them, because think about it. Killer whales are the #1 trademark of SeaWorld. And so it's all about the business. It's all about the money and keeping the money flowing. Okay. So again, also killer whales, they were showing me a triangle. Okay, they were showing me a triangle as well. And with this triangle, it shows me the way that they kill. Okay, so they kill in herds or they kill in groups, because it's showing me like killings in groups. And they are very smart animals. They plot, plan, and strategize. They also communicate through their whale sounds. A lot of times scientists feel like that they note that as they are communicating. A lot of them are crying. Okay, babies are being taken away from their mothers. These are mammals now. These are not fish. These are not animals, or these are not, they don't birth, cells and fishes and stuff like that. They actually birth babies. Okay, they're like really, 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 really close to humans. So imagine that emotional detachment there when you are being taken away from your mother, or you're being taken away from. Okay, and so these are young babies, because they want to get them as young as possible so that they can grow and they can train them, because it is being it's being shown that older orcas, especially older feminine, heavy emphasis on feminine orcas. Okay, the female, I think the female may be the head of that kingdom. I'm not sure. I'll get some more research, but when the baby is being stripped from the mother, okay, they are not only are they having to travel for days and times of the week, so they're not only are they being taken away, but they have no idea what's going on. Okay, now orcas do prepare. They try to prepare their families and their babies for capture. They do try to prepare them, but with the fresh born baby, you can never prepare a newborn for that, because there's a certain level of even understanding that they have being so young, right? So orcas are very smart animals as well. and they really want to talk. They really want to draw attention to their deaths. Okay, there's a lot of orcas that are coming up missing, and they're dying. I'm not sure if they're using them to. I don't know if it's something in their cells that they're using for. Okay, yeah, they're showing me it's something with the whale cell or something that they're using in the pharmaceutical business as well. A lot of whales are coming up dead and missing. Okay, yeah, there's a new opportunity. Look, captivity, boom. There might have been some type of meeting or council meeting or something like that, where they're going to take a leap of faith and basically branch out. And what they're doing is they're using the cells. I'm not sure if they're trying to clone and make other whales. This is crazy. I can't even believe, I'm sitting on camera talking about killer whales. But not only am I talking about it, but they're talking about when it's mainly when they're being captured. What's happening when they're being captured? It's like they're showing me that, excuse me, I hate to go graphic, but we are using a tarot deck here, so we will go deep under the surface. But they're showing me something with sex, like sexual. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah. So what they're doing is they're tricking them. They're tricking them somehow, some way. I don't even know if they're like making fake clone whales. I don't know, but it's crazy. But it's a lot of money involved. Okay. And they're taking the youngs, they're taking the younger whales. But the thing about it is what happens is when the younger whale is being taken from the mother, it causes the mother to be the Eight of Swords. Okay. So the mother feels trapped as well. All right. So what happens is, they go through like depression. Okay, like I said, they're very close to humans. So they go through depression, they go through PTSD, they go through psychological issues, which causes them to have poor performances. And due to the poor performances, they are being stripped, they're being killed, they're being, just abused in so many ways. And so they really want to get that out. They really want to tell people, they really want people to get on board with what's really going on. Okay. So I went back and I did some research on the let's see. Oh, like Telecom, and pretty much, how he won his cases. And again, it was all about the money. It was all about, it was a lot of lies being told as well. But what happens is nobody gets justice here, because the family not only doesn't get justice, where the trainer, especially, some picking up a heavy emphasis of a female trainer that actually possibly may not have gotten any justice. So there's, like I said, the trainers that do pass away, and the trainers, honestly, there are trainers who really do love these animals, okay, and really do love their jobs and what they do. But because killer whales' instinct is to survive, they could be very revengeful too. Killer whales can be very, very, orcas could be. I have to keep going back and forth with the orcas because they really don't even like being called killer whales. Okay, they like to be called orcas. Okay, that the killer whales is just a stereotype that has been created, and that's not their intentions, nor is that their like nature. Okay. Now, what happens is baby whales, sometimes get away from their mothers. And so they travel to a part of the sea. So, and the part of the sea, the killer whales have their own section, the whales have their own section. Our creative fish have their own everybody kind of like have their own parts of the ocean. So sometimes the baby like whale, okay, like a great white, a whale, not an orca, a whale may sometimes get away. Okay, just trying to explore, being young. I'm picking heavy emphasis up like a Simba energy. Okay, Simba energy. So some whales may go through that, especially male whales. Okay, they go through that exploring the adventurous stage. Okay. Yeah. very adventurous. And so what happens is sometimes they wander off into the wrong boundaries. And so it's, you know, orcas, they're very territorial. Okay. So, you come in our section, what we gonna do? And so that's basically what they do to defend their home and their kingdoms. And it happens a lot. Sometimes killer whales may prey, okay, depending on the breed, depending on the family of that particular. Then you got to break it down into, okay, the killer whale family. I'm sorry, the orcas family. So you have to break it down into that as well. But going back to what I was stating, I'm not sure they're indecision of passing, they're trying to go against a new business adventure was going to cause more deaths to a lot of killer whales coming up. There's a lot of illusions and secrets that's happening in SeaWorld. SeaWorld is on fire, is what I'm hearing. SeaWorld is on fire. There's a change that's happening to SeaWorld, okay? There's a change that's happening to SeaWorld. I'm not sure if they may have changed management, or a woman energy may have taken over the franchise. But this woman is out to kill. She's a queen of pentacles. Okay. So she's all about business, money, and she's willing to do it at all costs. So this is why killer whales are feeling very defeated. I'm not, like I stated, they speak through, it's weird, but the way that I was hearing their messages were like through radioactive waves. And I do understand it's most likely because it's from, underneath the ocean. And when I hear my messages, depending on where they're at, where I'm hearing it from, sometimes they can sound like they're in a radio. So whales may speak through their uh, their whale sounds may have something to do with like radio waves or something like that. I can't explain it, but it's something to do with the radio. And that's how they communicate through the world. They are communicating through song. They're communicating through meditations. Like if you listen to like whale or sea life meditations, if you're listening to that, yeah, that helps them a lot. That vibration goes back to them. So heavy emphasis, especially if you're a water sign, if you're a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Listening to whale sounds are very prominent for you. Also, two killer whales could be your spirit guide as well. So you could always have, since like in the childhood, since your childhood, you could have always been in tune, been in touch with whales or sea life, or sea life may soothe you. But listen, I'm hearing heavy emphasis, listen to the whale signals. Okay, they're trying to tell us what's going on. Yeah, with the intuition, they're trying to tell us what's going on. Okay, and they're having to translate their messages through your meditation. They know that, like, they're very in touch with the human energy. So like killer whales are so intuitive. They even know when captivity season is here. They have studied it. They know when they're coming. So what they're doing is they're trying to they begin to migrate in other parts of the ocean. But as we all know, it gets very dangerous because, like I stated, there's other creatures in the ocean that we have not ever discovered, never seen. And there's a lot of deaths that's happening. So it's causing a huge uproar. Okay, there's a lot of fight. There's a lot of like rivalry in the ocean water as well. Clean up, man. Clean up. They're talking about like the beach and things like that. Like, so today you could be out. Some of you could be out at the beach right now, cleaning the ocean. Oh yeah, today's Earth Day. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, cleaning your ocean. Even if you want to find ways to contribute back to Earth Day, just go get a bag. Take a walk. Okay, clean up your street. Okay, this is our home. This is where we all live right now. Some of our home, some of us is of it. We're not from it. Some of us live here. Some of us Don't. But no matter where you are in this world, okay, make sure you take care of your earth. That's for sure, because earth brings us all and everything that we need, God's creation, okay? So we want to make sure that we are continuing to take care of our ocean, okay, of our land, our properties, your homes, your foundation, your house, your body, your spirit, okay? Take care of all that. All right, so Eight of Swords, okay. So they're holding some information back. They hold a lot of information back in regards to their health. Okay, there are a lot of I'm hearing malnourished. Okay, very sick, a lot of sickness. And because they don't know, with the Ten of Swords, because they don't know what to do, they're just killing them. A lot of them are very sick. They're dying and being betrayed and just being murdered. A lot of them are being murdered during captivity on purpose, especially if they feel the whale is very aggressive, especially the female whale. If she's very aggressive, she's immediately dying, almost like a black woman. Hate to say it, but it's the world we live in. Okay, you feel she aggressive, you misunderstand her, so you do this to her. And that's what they're doing to our killer whales as well. Okay. Especially the babies. Like I stated, when they are being taken away, 21 is a very important number. Whenever you get a chance, why don't you go ahead and Google that? Okay. I can't do the work for you. You got to do it yourself too. But when they're taking the moms or the babies away from the moms, whatever. See, not only are they capturing both, but they're ripping them apart. Sometimes they end up at the same facility, but they try to separate them because they know that when they all see, humans are really scared of killer whales because they are so smart. They know how to plot. They know how to escape. When I say escape, they know how to escape plans. Like, let's say there's a performance getting ready to happen. Okay. They already have another plan. Okay. So a lot of times, you hear about a lot of deaths and killings in the past. Honestly, there's been more than that. They just don't get, it just doesn't get, it don't get nationwide news. There's been a lot of killings I'm hearing that have been swept up under the radar. So there's families out here who have not had any justice. Their child just trying to do their dream, which is, be with the whales, be with the ocean. All right. And so their daughters or their sons are not getting justice behind it. The court system is overruling it because it's all about the dollars. It's all about the money. Okay. I don't know if there was a judge, okay, that could have been in office for a long time who passed a lot of these laws over for the killer, because there's a lot of organizations and support groups for killer whales. However, however, they're not. How can I say this? You know, get what I'm saying? They get in those court cases and they have a strong case, but this judge or this whoever this person that was overall overrides a lot because there's a lot of money, politics, a lot of politicians are involved in this. Government are very involved. Okay, the city, the state is involved. Okay. Okay, I even heard that SeaWorld went against, maybe the state went against SeaWorld at one point. I think that was recently, yeah. And I think that's just still maybe it could be an open case. I'm not sure. Please don't quote me on this. I'm not sure. I have not done my research as far as open cases within the last 6 months. So I know recently I have not seen anything, but within the last year there was an open case in regards to, or the last 2 years. Because quarantine messed me up, pandemic messed me up with the timing of everything, but there was an open case in regards to that. So yeah, with the Six of Cups, okay, the younger ones are the strongest, okay, because they're young, okay, they just, they're fresh. They haven't been manipulated yet. They don't really know they're not really all the way tapped into their bloodlines. Okay, so it's easy to take the younger ones. So that's why a lot of whales can live a very long time, like average, I think, what, 60 to 75 years plus. Uh, Sometimes at these facilities, they're not living to about 30 to 50 years. So 20 years, and I'm sure longer than that, of their lifespans have been taken away. Yeah, so we're gonna get some information coming in regards to this new endeavor in regards to the orcas. Okay, this plan that they're trying to start, like I said, I'm getting heavy emphasis dealing something with like laboratory work and like sales. I don't know, for some reason it's like laboratory work and sales is what I'm hearing. Okay, all right, they're doing like they're kid, like some of them not even making it to the facilities. They're just capturing them and like slicing them wide open and just getting out whatever they need. Yeah, wow, oh my gosh. And it's so, and nobody really knows about it here. No one really knows about what's going on with the killer whales, but they are being taken from their habitats again, and they are being murdered, killed, destroyed, distraught by these big corporations with all this money who cannot, these are killer whales. They can't speak for themselves. Okay, they can communicate with us, but unless you understand whale, or if you understand their language or the anatomy of a whale, you're not going to understand what's happening. Okay, but they're being murdered, and they have to go out and do these. I think SeaWorld is open Monday through Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, 7 days a week. This is just murder, okay? Complete murder. And they want justice, is what they want, okay? They need justice. They need help. They need to be rescued. They deserve to be in their habitats. They deserve it. They deserve it. So, that is the message that I am picking up for orcas, okay? I know this is so weird. I know me talking about this is super weird, but it's all right. I need to get the message out. Maybe I'll be the one to speak for them. These are my spirit guides. I know that for sure. My first encounter with with the orca, I was 7 years old. I went to SeaWorld. I went down there for the summer with my cousin, and she took me to SeaWorld. And I wanted to go so bad. I was so interested. I was so in love with the whales. I've always had some type of obsession, infatuation with whales. I just love whales. I love especially orcas. And so I dig deep. I just want to study them. I just wanted to know who they were. So when I went to SeaWorld, I had an opportunity to actually do, like, they had this performance where you can go on stage, okay? And like the whale just come up, you tap him on the head, and then you get off stage, right? That was my opportunity. But there was me and another young lady who we both won, I guess, maybe a raffle. My uncle was very into like entertainment business, so we just basically had tickets everywhere. So I was lucky enough to explore and experience this. Well, when I went, it was my time to go on stage, and I chickened out like really, really bad. And like I beat myself up for that for years. I mean, like honestly, until I became like a teenager. And like this happened to me when I was like 6, 7. So I was like, man, why is this bothering me so much? And I do remember when I went, so when I finally got off stage, when they say, oh, she's not doing it, cool. And the other young lady ended up doing it, cool. Show goes on. I go down, I get back with my family, and then we continue walking through the aquarium. And then I actually went down to the lower level, or wherever we could see the killer whales through the actual tank, through the glass. And for some reason, the same whale that was going to come up, I can tell. I knew my whale. I knew which whale was coming up for me. I could feel the energy, and it was like an uproar. It was very powerful. I wasn't scared, but I was a kid. Something just took over me, and it just said no, and I didn't do it. So when I went down in there, I seen the whale. and the eyes, like the whale actually came to the tank. And I looked inside the tank, right? I looked inside the tank and I would like study the tanks. I had a big thing with tanks. I even had a job at the Natural Science Center here in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I had a little job in the aquarium part. And I would just go in there on my lunch and I would take a notebook or like a receipt. Actually, y'all, I used to take a receipt paper and I was like, hit the button, you hit the button and the white receipt paper come out. So I would take a pen and I just write it down, like all my notes that I would take from the tank, and I would just go sit in the tank. I would literally go and study the tank. I could tell you everything that was happening in the tank. I could tell you what was going on. I could say, I don't know why. I guess I was just born this way, but I just felt it. And so when I noticed that the whale was looking at me, the whale began to cry. The whale began to cry. I felt that energy when I was 6 years old, 7 years old, whatever. But as a young child, I knew that something wasn't right about SeaWorld at that moment. I'm 28 years old. You know what I mean? Okay? So I was devastated. And I went home and my cousin would just ask me, what's wrong? And I was just like, I just kind of like kept it to myself with her. I kept it to myself. And I would try to explain to her what I was seeing and what I was feeling. But I couldn't really quite get out. So when I got older and I began to really tap into my spiritual journey, then I realized that, okay, boom, wheels on my, and then I started receiving my messages from whales. Like my messages, my downloads were literally coming through in whale sounds. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then it brought me back to the moment that I remember when I was a little girl, when I was down there and I seen the look on the whale face. And I never seen a whale, like, I'm not about to get emotional on camera, but I never seen a whale like cry. Can they even cry? I was like, can they even cry? There wasn't any sound, but it was a certain look that the whale gave me. And like it literally came up to the cage and was like, and it kept on going. And I was like, I have never felt an energy like that ever in my life. I could never let it go. I just couldn't let it go. What I do know though is also too, there's deeper cages inside the cages. I mean the cages, that's what they are. But inside the tanks, there's another like cage where they have to go. Like if they, let's say they didn't perform correctly or something like that, if they cause some type of aggression, some type of pushback, they have to go into this other deeper cage where people don't even like know about, and they be in there for a while. And they don't get fed there. Sometimes they don't even come check on them. Okay, and these are your favorite trainers. Go read. I want you to go research the trainers that are at SeaWorld. They know what they're doing is wrong. Because for you to be a person that can work with animals, obviously you have to be intuitive on one type of level. Like if you're a pet owner and you've always had a pet, then somewhat likely I feel like you are somewhat intuitive on a level to where you communicate with an animal. That's a different spirit. As long as you communicate with a spirit, you can feel energy. So a lot of betrayal, a lot of killings. Okay. We're going to get some information in regards to what's happening. It's going to come to us. Okay. What's this information? Yeah. Okay. This lady, she doesn't really care. She has no feeling. Okay. Like I said, she's like a judge. Yeah, I said that. I'm going to make a video part 2 of an update, because I do feel like there's some information that is coming in regards to either an open case or the way that they're being treated at SeaWorld. Something's coming up soon. And whenever it does, I will definitely make another video It may be within a year now. It may be whenever. But I just wanted to definitely celebrate Earth Day by speaking on the behalf of our killer whales. Y'all heard that? Now I know y'all heard that whale sound. Okay, because see, now y'all don't think I'm don't. All right, don't start. Don't start now. We was doing good. Don't you start. Okay, moving forward. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much. Definitely tap in, share, like, subscribe, send to others. If you want to talk controversy, let's do it. If you want to bring in your comments in regards to this, let's do it. If you want to bring justice to it, let's do it. Either way it goes, I just want to leave this open platform in regards to our orcas, and I just want to speak on their behalf. And I don't know. I feel like there's other ocean lovers, whale lovers like me out there in the world, and I just want to spread love and light. Oh, I'm also going to travel to SeaWorld, and I'm probably going to do an update on what's going on, and we're going to be in tune. I think I'm going to do a series on this as well, so just like to keep it updated. I don't know how long I'm going to go for, but I just want to dig deep into that, okay? So, again, you could have been anywhere in the world, but today you decided to be here with me. And because of that, I do thank you for your love and your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care. Peace.